It's the roaring 1920s in New York City. Jazz fills the air, speakeasies hum with energy, and behind the glamour of prohibition-era nightlife lies a darker underworld, a network of crime, power, and family. This was the era of the American Mafia's golden age, where 5 families ruled the streets like monarchs of an underground empire. To understand the 5 families, we must first step back to the early 20th century. Waves of Italian immigrants arrived in America, many settling in the gritty streets of New York. Among them were men with ties to the Sicilian Mafia, a centuries-old network based on loyalty, secrecy, and a code known as omerta. They brought with them the blueprint for an empire. But in America, they faced a new challenge: carving out a piece of the American dream in a world where opportunities were scarce for outsiders. These men started small, extortion rackets, bootlegging, gambling dens, but they soon realized the power of unity. Enter Salvatore Maranzano and Joe Masseria, 2 titans who sought to dominate the criminal underworld in New York. Their rivalry would set the stage for what would become the 5 families. By the late 1920s, tensions between Maranzano and Masseria erupted into the Castellammarese War, a brutal, bloody conflict that turned New York into a battleground. In this war, a young, ambitious mobster named Charles Lucky Luciano emerged as a pivotal figure. Luciano had a vision to bring order to chaos, to create a structured organization where everyone had a seat at the table. After orchestrating the assassination of both Maranzano and Masseria, Luciano established a governing body for the Mafia called the Commission, a board of directors for organized crime. Under this new system, New York's Mafia was divided into 5 families: the Bonanno, Colombo, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese families. Each would control specific territories, but decisions of larger consequence required approval from the Commission. The 5 families thrived during the Prohibition era, reaping immense profits from illegal alcohol sales. But it wasn't just booze. They infiltrated unions, controlled construction contracts, and even had judges and police officers on their payroll. The Mafia wasn't just in the streets, it was in the system. Let's not forget their expansion. With men like Meyer Lansky, the Mafia helped transform Las Vegas into the glittering gambling capital of the world. It was a crime at its most lucrative, and the 5 families were at the heart of it all. Every empire faces its downfall, and the Mafia's golden age was no different. In the 1950s, the FBI under J. Edgar Hoover began targeting organized crime with unprecedented intensity. Wiretaps, surveillance, and informants chipped away at the Mafia's once impenetrable walls of secrecy. Then came a seismic shift. Joe Valachi, a low-level mobster, became the first to break omerta. In 1963, he testified before Congress, exposing the Mafia's structure and operations to the public for the first time. The 5 families were no longer invisible. They were now a national scandal. While the Mafia's power waned in the late 20th century, the legend of the 5 families endures. From the Godfather to the Sopranos, their stories have been immortalized in popular culture. But beneath the glamour and mystique lies the truth, a complex web of crime, loyalty, and betrayal that shaped America's history in ways we still feel today. The story of the 5 families is one of ambition and controversy. It's a tale of men who built empires in the shadows, and of a nation that learned the cost of power when it comes unchecked. The Mafia's golden age may be over, but its legacy reminds us of the fine line between order and chaos. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into the world of the Mafia, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Let us know in the comments, what topic should we explore next?